A survey actually came out that said that less than 1% of government employees, if you exclude security and maintenance people, are in the office 40 hours a week, 5 days a week on the taxpayer dime. Listen to Speaker Mike Johnson address this. Watch.
Some labor unions are already fighting back. They've already signed contracts to try and get this, that they could be able to work from home, things like that. Your reaction to that?
Well, there was a report that came out today. I don't know if you all have seen it, but someone did a little survey of how many federal employees are actually working in the office. By one estimate, it may be about 1% if you don't count the security personnel that are covering these buildings. That is absurd, and it's not something the American people would stand for. And so one of the first things that I think you'll see is a demand from the new administration and from all of us in Congress that federal workers return to their desks and get back to the work that they're supposed to be doing. I think that is common sense. What you're going to see here, the overriding theme here, is a return to common sense and a return to accountability and efficiency in government. I think that's going to serve the people well.
And that is the whole point of efficiency. It doesn't have to always be things like direct budget cuts. It can be getting more out of what you're already spending by just looking at policies and the way things are administered. And as you heard the reporter say, the unions are already fighting against that idea because they've signed contracts that allow for work from home and other things like that. Because the government is not interested in being as efficient as it possibly can. It thinks it has a blank check every year from the American taxpayers, and if they don't fulfill what they need to be able to spend it, they just raise debt that, oh yeah, also has to be paid back by the American taxpayer. And as I pointed out in my example earlier, that will inevitably bankrupt the country, send it into a depression. We're going to have to go through austerity. They're going to cut everything to zero, not just make slight cuts in order to survive in some way.